Why hello there, fellow animal handlers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic Prometheus. Episode 26, Keeping Our New Pets Well Fed. So, the electric furnace. Let's get that done, finally. So I can set my mind at ease that it's done. So here it is, the final furnace. I won't be plugging in immediately. Oh, and I also leveled up. I won't be plugging in immediately because I, simply put, do not have the electricity to actually run this thing yet. But I will put it, here. Alright, talent points. I was investing, so my solo talent point, I last picked up minor rewards. So maybe bring a gun to a gunfight for extra firearm damage. Or I'm gonna do Healthy Maverick, I think, for more base health. Being able to tank my problems until they go away is worth a lot to me. So the next thing we want to make is the animal feeder, so I can actually feed the two new animals that I'm in the process of taking care of. My regular talent points, we were doing Sharpshooter for more critical damage for firearms, and then ooh, I don't know about this. For now, I'll take Gunsmith to reduce wear rate for firearms. And now that we've done a few harvests of wild crop for their seeds... Oh, a tech blueprint that I need right now. I do not yet have the ability to make sugar cubes. Okay, here we go. So I'll take the sugar cane that I just harvested and turn into sugar cubes. Was this empty? Dang it. Didn't mean for that to be the case. I still probably need more fiber. I'm like pretty low on fiber, especially if I'm going to do platinum sheathing. So let's replant a whole lot of fiber plants. So 7 of them. Oh, it had sugarcane? Okay, good. And then with that sugar, I can also start making the strawberry treats. Now, at the moment, I don't have the, yeah. So we can do that as well. And that will be a big benefit, because it doesn't fill up a food slot. So what that is this thing. It's very brief bonus. 2 minutes of 25% movement speed. But it doesn't take up a stomach slot. So it's really handy to use when you're just traveling for tasks or whatever. And I like to have a stack of them whenever I'm, like, questing. So we'll work on that once the gunpowder's done in the gunpowder queue. And then the last crop plots, let's do a mix of strawberry and sugarcane. Alright, that looks good. Okay. I got distracted because of the buffalo, but the biofuel can did fill up, which is awesome. And that means we can go grab the oxide drill and install it where the copper mine site is. So let's go flip that around while that buffalo tames. And I just fed it, so it should be alright for a bit. You know what? I want to level up. I don't have a lot of blueprint points. Stealth. Leave no survivors. It's the Wild West, y'all. Of course, my gun's about to break, but, you know, whatever. If it breaks, it costs me 1 titanium to fix. Not a big deal. Alright, my drill is here. And it should be full of oxide at this point. Not that I need more oxide back home. Actually, no, that's not true. My oxidizer to fill my ox bottles is actually pretty empty. Or O2 bottles. So, yeah, no, I take it back. It will be good to have a bunch more oxide. It's never bad to have oxide. But I think we need more copper than anything else, so... Yep. Oh no. There we go. Carry weight problems. Once I get the composite queue running, I could consider upgrading my armor to the obsidian armor. And then ditching the plating mods that I have, one for an extra food slot in my stomach, which will be very, very helpful to raise my stats, and then the other slot replacing with, like, deeper pockets. So I can reassess what armor attachments I want once I have the composites, because composites are required for a lot of the upgraded armor attachments anyway. And, Yusuf, I need to actually name you for the buffalo, I just realized. You won the raffle, but I haven't actually done the naming. And, oh, hello, Chala. Let's, I should have been running a new raffle. Well, it's not tamed yet, but in the case that the next buffalo gets tamed, I'll, I got the raffle timer going for that. 'Cause I'm sure it will happen. So, Yusuf. I'll figure out your talent points in just a second. Where did the juvenile go? Did it die? Oh, no, it's right here. Alright, I'm gonna go get food for it, but not bacon, because bacon's kind of more important. So it's half tamed. Oh, you leveled up twice. So I typically like to, for the buffalo, because they don't have a kill regen ability, for them to pick up physical damage reduction. So that's what I'm going to be doing right off the bat. What I want to do is go here and here to tough as leather, and then eventually get riding forwards to thick hide. Because I don't necessarily need them to do a lot of physical hauling, where they are moving around goods. I need them just not dying. So that's why I made that choice. And eventually we can circle back around to other talents. I just want to make sure that they don't die as a priority. All right, let's make it morning, and then work our way out to the copper site. So the copper node for mining is here, and we'll go set up that drill. So I've got the drill and the biofuel, and then we'll go on a hunt for more copper. So at this point, oh, and also platinum. So once I have this drill set up, we want copper for the electronics and platinum for the platinum sheaths to be able to make the platinum fibers required for the omnifeeder. It's really weird blueprint, if you ask me. Oh god, that's gonna hurt. Well, no fall damage. Okay. That you need like a lot of like platinum covered fibers to make an animal feeder. I don't know. It's just is what it is. Okay. Here we go. Copper drill. We spend a ridiculous amount on our pets. It's true. That is true. Alright, there's more silica here, noted for the future. There's a cave right over here that I was going to poke into to see if there's the resources we need for the animal feeder. God, this is so much stone. Okay, I am looking for platinum and copper. So, platinum pick, copper pick. I see platinum, but I'm and bees. Because we are, I'm investing in a bunch of the in the honey-based foods. So the more honey we can get, the better. And Alex, you are going to be the other buffalo once it tames up. I don't even have a repair hammer, so whatever. The bees, like, damage this thing. So it lives there now. It's actually probably useful to keep it there, though, with that in mind, because this hive will respawn, so it's, like, just a future use to be able to more easily get access to the honey. God, everything is platinum. I've not found copper anywhere. I'm really glad I moved the drill. Because obviously this is a brand new cave. I've never been in here. I had to break in. And I don't see any copper anywhere. Now, there are some spots that I know would have copper. Like if I went to the transfer cave that leads to the grassy biome, obviously I would have copper. Like, that cave is enormous. It has hundreds of minables. In here is titanium. All right, let me mark that down. We've got titanium, check. Oh, okay, fine. Bacterial infection in the lungs and platinum. All right, marking that down. And those are the two ores in here. Got it. I have other sources of titanium closer to the base, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, titanium is a nice deep drill site to find, for sure. Okay, I know there's more platinum in this cave, but I think I have enough platinum So I'm going to now look for copper. There's a mini cave over here. With any luck we find. Oh yeah, there's copper. Also, for marking stuff down, I'm using IcarusIntel.com. It's like a web tool. So, coal. Got it. And I'm going to have to come back for the rest of the copper in this cave, because I'm full. Just so this doesn't look dumb, I'm gonna destroy it. This was one of the, like, find abandoned UDA base quests, and as part of the rules, I don't take anything that isn't mine, quest-wise, so because of said rules, you know, I'm just gonna pick it up and drop it. I did, you know, this is not, I'm not allowed to have this stuff. So, I wanted to despawn because it looks silly just, like, floating here. So I'm just picking it up and dropping it on the ground so it despawns sooner. No, don't even think about it. Silly Billy. Is mining the same amount with those deep miners? No. The electric ones mine faster than the biofuel ones. But, like... And then it also depends on the material that you're mining. So, like, mining stone is going to be a lot faster than mining titanium. So there's a lot of variables there. But, like, 2 titanium sites are going to mine at the same speed, given the same quality drill. Does that answer your question a bit better, I hope? And you are 88% tamed. Cool. So we're going to have another one in just a second. Alright, the first thing I want to put in here is the copper, and then the platinum. As far as the silica goes, let's keep it over here for the carbon paste. Speaking of carbon paste... Man, this thing is full as hell. My extra oxide, I'm going to put in here. So if I'm ever in the future wondering, where's my oxide? I put it in my, like, kitchen bench. For better or for worse. Alright, we have a lot of honeycomb, so I should be able to get the breeding centers too. So if I wanted the platinum sheaths... Ooh. So the next thing I want to make is probably the feeder. And the feeder actually you make on the ranch. The ranching station. That's Yusuf. You are 98%. Okay, you're almost done. So I need 30 platinum weave. And 10 electronics, and 15 carbon fiber. And then, what is it, 2 plates? 2 titanium plates. On top of that, I will also need more sources of power. But let's work on the electronics first. So moving... Oh, can't move much more than this. Moving copper and gold into there. to make more wires, and then we'll turn those into electronics. You are done, aren't you? Perfect. And you are bold, so you gain extra stamina, but at a loss of physical resistance. Okay. Sure. And I'm going to set you to wander defensively. And we'll see about getting some raiding going on now. I actually haven't really gotten into the mechanics of it yet, so I'm curious how that plays out. Ooh, that's a lot of honey. Fantastic. As you can see, sugarcane takes a very long time to process. The materials processor that we're working towards would obviously do it a lot faster. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep my honeycomb on the kitchen table until the sugarcane's done. So we needed 10 electronics. Here is the 10. And then we need platweave. So platweave is going to be over here using the platinum sheaths. And unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of platinum for the platinum sheaths. I've only got like enough for 8. So we're going to need to start to smelt the platinum, which is currently at the top of the queue now, in order to get more ingots for sheaths. Because I need 30 sheaths, which is kind of a lot. All things considered. So here's 4 of 30. It'll be a minute for me to be able to fulfill this, but it's a good goal. The other materials for the Omni Feeder was carbon fiber, 15 carbon fiber. So we have the electronics. I have the titanium plates. Let's get 15 carbon fiber. So for that, we need, you know what? I'm going to cancel the remaining sugar cubes. We'll circle back to it. It's just like taking so long. It's monopolizing the Mortar and Pestle. Yes, I could make another Mortar and Pestle, but in this case, I'm just like going to do it this way. Do I have any... Oh, I have a lot of epoxy sitting around. So, carbon fiber, 15. Done. So we have the carbon fiber, we have the titanium plates. Let's get the 2 plates. Speaking of that, I'll use some of this titanium to repair my gun, because my gun was almost broken. And we'll start to move all the materials that we've got amassed for this down into the ranching station so that we can keep track of the progress. And then after doing all this, for the electronic food trough, we're also going to probably want the water version of the end trough too. So in the tech tree that I've got going on right now, let's pick that up with my last 2 of my last 3 remaining points, which is concrete mix, more plates, electronics, and carbon fiber. And that allows us to have filtered water. This, of course, one of the prerequisites of that is plumbing. So there's a whole lot of stuff to do before the animals are really like taken care of. But it's all in process now. Right. Here is all the carbon fiber paste, and I'll put that in the front of the queue so that it is next to process. And it's pretty quick. It doesn't take too long. So we'll have, once this queue is done, we'll have 21 of our 30 sheaths, or weaves. That's actually, yeah, pretty close to goal. And then the big bottleneck is power. Expanding the wind turbine grid that we've got going on. Not a big deal. We already have the tools to wire it up. And the benches to make it, so. Shouldn't be too much work. As long as I keep petting the pets will... I think it lasts 20 minutes. The pets will get experience for the things I'm doing. So if I'm like crafting, they'll benefit. There's like share XP. And I know they're thirsty, but they're unlike the player, animals won't like die of thirst. That's not something that can happen to them. But yeah, I was right to plant a bunch of the fiber stuff. Because as you can see, I'm just about out of fiber. I could, with my sickle, go find like the cactus stuff that's out there. Or even I could break down leather into fiber. Like, technically speaking. I think that's if you destroy... Oh, no, it's not that. I forget how to make fiber that way. So, taking a look at the bill. Oh, I forgot to move the electronics. We need 7 more weave, and I need to move the electronics. Leather into rope, rope into fiber. Yeah, that's the cue. Thanks for reminding me. I'm not going to bother, though. It was supposed to be an example that I screwed up. So each platinum ingot will make 2 weave. So we just need a few more platinum ingots and we're there. Although, with that said, I don't know if I have the fiber to keep up with that. So maybe I will go cactus up some fibers. Although I think the bushes that we have getting processed in the base is, yeah, they're harvestable. So never mind. I think our fiber problem is going to go away. Because I anticipated. Yep, here's 1,000 extra fiber. Yeah, no big deal. With the sugar cubes that we've got, I forgot to queue up the bill for that again. Let's take the sugar cubes that we have, and the strawberries that we have, and then pull the thermos out of our inventory, because it can't use the thermos for a water source, because the potbelly stove can't be plumbed, and we're going to start making these strawberry candies. The other thing I could do is in my medicine bench, I had 2 water skins, and we can put those in as well as a water source to make candies as well. And those are very handy when you're, like I said, when you're traveling for operations or whatever. Alright, Alex, you're gonna go via the same talent tree. $200 plan is really nice. Yeah, having a sickle, and it's not even a top tier sickle, but having a sickle enchanted with like the bonus bees yield and all the other bonuses. And you have to keep in mind that like it's not even viable in this run for me to use fertilizer. Because normally in Icarus, you can just use a shovel on the ground in forests or whatever to get fertilizer. But in this series, the volcanic ground doesn't have fertilizer. So fertilizer is a big old bottleneck for me. And as such, my crops have to be unfertilized. And that poses like a totally separate, interesting challenge to this run, I think. Sulfuric upheaval. Yay. There we go. We got our first of our strawberry hard candies. Nice. I'm just trying to clean up the kitchen here. So I have 4 more sheaths coming. And I need 5 sheaths. Or weaves. So 1 more weave. So close. All right. Animal feeder is ready to go. And the electronic food trough is pretty different than it used to be. I will put it here. Let's go get the wire tool. It, if I'm not mistaken, does not care if it's outside. Yeah, it doesn't have an inside requirement. So outside will not, it will not decay. It's fine where it is. Okay, so the way this works is we put in fruit, vegetables, raw meat, or fish to make different types of food. One thing I'm curious about is if I don't have a lot of vegetables, but I could try to scythe some squash, because squash is native to this biome. I'm curious if the heat resistance plus JD's talent points give him enough resistance. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do raw meat instead. For the health regen, which will protect the animals that we've got, because I'm concerned about them. They're pretty low level, and my buffalo don't have like a leech life ability like the hogs do. So I want to make sure that they're as safe as possible. Was that silica right in my backyard? Hot damn. I wonder if because the game updated, it regened the voxels. There's some voxels directly around my base that didn't regenerate, so I didn't think it had like a voxel regen effect like sometimes the updates do, but maybe I'm mistaken. Alright, here we go. Animal gruel, which adds max health and health regen, which will help keep these big guys safe from predators, I think. And it will be like an automatic feed for the pets, so I don't have to manually feed them anymore. And what I can start to do is I can start to just, like, the overflow of food that I've got, I can just, like, throw into the Omni Feeder. Now, the caveat, of course, is I don't generate too much power, so I'm going to need to expand the power grid if I want to use things like the electric furnace and the Omni Feeder and everything else all together. So there is going to be a requirement of investment there. All right. The next thing I would like to add is a little bit of power generation, because I want to add plumbing to the base. So I'm going to update the priorities, Add plumbing to the base. So what that looks like is, one, it requires me to have more power so I can fuel it. So I want a concrete frame in order to put my to be able to put my power like my power generators up out of potential harm's way. So let's make 2 units of steel rebar, and I am going to be strapped for steel as a result, so getting more iron for the steel is going to be also important, I think. Oh, you've enjoyed the series? Well, thank you. I've enjoyed doing it, so that works out. The other thing I can put in the Omni Feeder is any of the strawberries that I've left over. It should start to make the fruit gruel for physical resistance and melee damage. And then there will be, like, plenty of food for the animals. Especially if I go back to farming coconut trees as a wood source. I'll end up with lots and lots and lots of fruit that I just don't need for, like, the food I like to consume. So that's going to be really handy as well, I think. Alright, let's grab the rebar and make a concrete frame. And then I'll make another wind turbine. And this is so that we can fund the electrical grid expansion. So I've set this up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think here. And I'll set another wind turbine there. What I was planning on doing is having it align, yep, like this, and like that. That's perfect. Okay, so we need another turbine. I need to kill more pigs. I'm running out of bacon. I am not. I have 27 bacon left in my, I got lots of bacon. I just don't have it on me because it weighs something. So I've been keeping it in the potbelly stove for carry weight reasons. Alright, wind turbine. For that, we need 1 more carbon fiber and 4 electronics. Oh god, that's cheap. So here's the 4 electronics, and then 1 carbon fiber. I might as well make some extra carbon fiber. So I'm going to clear the current queue of sugar cubes that take for frickin' ever, so we can get the carbon fiber sooner. And have the carbon fiber cut the queue. Done. Oh, I jumped too far. It was like an Olympic jump. Alright, here we go. And just to mention again why I'm building it like this, it is so that if animals pick a fight with my base, they fight the concrete foundation, which is way more tough than fighting the turbine itself, because damage to the turbine results in lost power, essentially. Speaking of which, that turbine there is, I'm sure, damaged from the last 2 storms that I was in. so we'll need to fix that up. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic, Prometheus, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.